Hey everyone, this is Byron. I'm here to testify for Jesus Christ. I'm going to cover a dream that I had back in August the 26th, 2014. Just for clarification, I want to make sure people understand my thoughts on Jade Helm. There could be a Jade Helm 16. Jade Helm 15 could represent 2015. Jade Helm 16 could be the real thing. You know, some people say it's going to all happen in 15. I just don't know that to be certain. But anyway, in the dream. In this particular dream, I was a mechanic in a large fleet maintenance facility, and I was scheduled certain vehicles that had work to be done. I was working on this one vehicle in particular, and I didn't complete the checklist. But toward the end of the shift, I went ahead and I told my boss, "Hey, I'm done." My intention was to come back first thing in the morning and complete the checklist. This checklist to do the inspection of that vehicle had been created by a fellow co-worker. His name was Tim. As I was leaving, I saw the driver of the vehicle, and I was afraid he was going to go get in that vehicle before I had actually finished that checklist. So I told the driver, I said, "Hey, look, if you're leaving, man, I can stick around and do this work." I decided to go ahead and stick around and do the work. So I turned back to go back into the motor pool area to do the work. And at this point, the whole area was filled with white vans. They had decals on them. I don't remember exactly what the decals said on them, but they were just like white passenger vans with decals on them. And they were all through the parking spaces. It's like they were packed in. They would have to be driven out in a particular order, or you just wouldn't get them out. Now, this all happened just magically as I turned around. And when I got back into the maintenance shop, there were some men, about 100 of them, began to walk through the maintenance bays, and they began to heckle me. I got the feeling they felt they were more superior than me, or something to that effect. I was intimidated by just the mere number of those individuals that were coming back in there. Someone said something related to a military unit, and they said it real loud. And at that point, I could hear people just yelling, like almost like in celebration, like they were getting fired up. And I could hear it coming through a ventilation system there in the maintenance bay. One man yelled out, "Now you have the old man fired up." I don't know exactly what exactly that meant at the time, but I went down into the basement to just see what they were talking about. When I got down there in the basement, there was old men and young men yelling as if they were comrades, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the feeling that I got. It seemed they were cheering about something I knew nothing about, as if it was a secret. I stood there knowing they were all veterans and that they would drive the white vans. I got the impression they all worked for a company that owned the vans, and then the dream ended. Guys, I've seen white vans in several dreams. I know that they're going to be used to pick people up. My wife has seen white vans in a dream used to round people up. These things are coming. The impression that I got from this particular dream was that there's going to be some veterans, or potentially even people similar to mercenaries, working in these white vans, and they're literally going to be picking up U.S. citizens. Now, again, I say Jade Helm 15, and there could be a Jade Helm 16. Don't know when exactly this thing's going to kick off. I am inclined to think that it's not this particular time as in full force. I do have a word from the Lord that later will be the time to flee. Thank you.